Welcome back to another episode of Two Average Husbands. I'm your host, Jake.
I'm your host, Kyle. Welcome back, everybody. Jake, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Fizzle Drizzle by Maplewood Brewing, which is it Maplewood? Yeah, it is Maplewood, which is a local Chicago brewery, and it is their pink lemonade imperial fruited sour. It's 8.5%.
Really good, actually.
I'm hoping it is because I love pink lemonade. I used to give fun story. The first time that I ever learned about Jess being kind of a savage was we went out to a bar and I was I didn't really want to drink, but everybody was convincing me to drink something, so I ordered a vodka lemonade, and this particular bartender, she made all of her vodka lemonades pink lemonade. That was just her thing. So I had a pink lemonade and vodka, and one of the guys that was with us started making fun of me, and Jess basically just told him to shut the fuck up, quit being sexist. And I was like, damn, babe.
Quit being fucking dicks.
Pretty much. What are you drinking, Kyle?
I just thought of a solution to my problem, and I'm feeling like I have to say this out loud before I forget, and I think that I can balance my monitors by just throwing a book under there. And I think I'm going to do that after the podcast. Anyway, because if you didn't know, I have a desk with 2 monitors now, which is sick, but they sit this much offset. Anyway, okay, what I'm drinking this week. I think I'm going to do this one first because I told you I would. So I'm going to do 2 Hounds Cider House Pacific Pineapple Ale. It's a 5.0% unfiltered pineapple cider made with Costa Rica gold pineapples. It sounds good. Jake already had it. Now I'm going to have it. That looks sour. I also really liked pink lemonade as a kid. Not so much anymore, I guess, but I used to really like.
This is definitely sour. You probably wouldn't like it.
Do not like sours.
Because you don't like sour beers, but it's very good so far. First impressions are amazing. Well, but yeah, Kyle, what's it like having a house and not having me in it?
Weird. Fuck yeah, Boyd. Welcome to the pod.
Boyd, don't mess around.
If you come up with any interesting things you want us to talk about while you're enjoying your situation there, you let us know. Anyway,
this isn't a topic, by the way. This is just a general question.
I should have tried this when you had this. This is
delicious. It's so good. I would buy cases of that and not think twice.
Yeah, that's really good. Anyway, it was quiet at first. To be fair, sometimes that's really nice. You know, you have guests for a while and you finally get some time to yourself or yourselves because it's the 2 of us. But it is kind of nice. But at the same time, I was going to mount a TV today, and I can't because Carly's nervous about picking the TV up, and Jake's not with me. So we'll still get it done. I'm not worried about it at all. We'll make it happen. But it is, it's super convenient having you around.
Yeah, it was
nothing else. So.
We basically got something done every day, which was, super productive. But I'm sure, that's, why I didn't want to, part of the reason I didn't want to stay any longer is I was I feel like they should be able to just, enjoy themselves in this house a little bit.
That being said, and Carly would stand by this, I think it's rare that she would say this. And she told you this to your face. You could stay pretty much indefinitely and it wouldn't bother her. And that's not true for most people. Or anybody maybe else. I don't know. Because there's always that 1 or 2 things that somebody does that gets the fuck on your nerves. Yeah. But you don't really do that for either of us. You're just chill and you're there, chill.
So the way I look at it is people always make a big deal about hosting and oh, if somebody's inviting you into their house, they should be willing to deal with that. But my whole thing is your house is your space.
Yeah.
You are doing me a favor by letting me stay in your space as opposed to having to pay for a hotel.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just I'm not trying to interfere with your lives at all. I'm trying to let you guys do what you want to do. I'm trying to help how I can. I'm trying to I don't want to overpower every decision. So it's just I just go with the flow. I can make 99.9% of things work. It's fine.
I do. Okay, I'm going to address this first because I don't want to miss it. Jake does have the lettuce head flowing. But Boyd, pretty much anything goes. So send us a Dynasty football question. He said in the chat that he's got a Dynasty question for us. Jake and I can give you our takes. Jake, probably more valuable opinion than mine. But yeah, anyway. The other thing, unfortunately for Jake, is he missed out on is our house is way more comfortable now that we finally got into a state of
course,
unpacking, right? The spare bedroom's pretty well set up now. It looks nicer. There's a TV in there that's hooked up. We have fucking internet that works finally. There's a fan and a light in there. A lot of comforts. The ugly fucking green paint's gone. A lot of things changed already. Fucking getting the ball moving on a lot of things in this house.
How'd
really,
the rest
we
of that go?
only
The installs of all the fans and everything went well?
Yeah, it was good. Wrapped up fine. There is like this weird thing going on where, do you remember that motion sensor in the corner?
Yes.
We think that might be tied to the same outlet as the living room fan, because now every once in a while you'll walk through the living room and it'll change fan speeds. It's so fucking weird, and we think it's tied to that motion sensor. So the guy's coming back out tomorrow to look at it, actually.
Very weird.
It is fucking weird. But anyway, yeah, we still have a couple projects on the horizon that we really want to get done, and that we were like, hey, once we get into this house, we want these things done. Let's get them done. And so we're trying to stick to that and get things done with the house that we wanted to. You just don't want to sit on something. Okay, this is my recommendation really quick. If you buy a house, if there are like 4, 5, whatever little projects, like some quirky things about the house that you don't like, or things that you think you could add to make the house more fit your flow or whatever, do it early if you can afford it. Because the problem, I think, is you get a house and then you sit on those things for a while and you wait and you wait and you wait and then you don't ever do them. And then it's like, okay, it's time for me to go ahead and move on and get a new house or whatever. And then you never did that project. Or you do it and then right after you do it, you sell the house and you never get to enjoy it. So try to do those things early so you have time to enjoy them. And that's what we're trying to do with this house. And we're trying to stick to that. But, yeah, so far everything's going well. Let's look at Boyd's. You don't have to mute yourself every time, by the way, now. That was a thing of the
One of my dogs is barking. So.
I don't really hear it. I think you're fine.
Okay,
Maybe
cool.
other people hear it. Say it in the chat.
But yes, so Boyd, the trade that went down is Nick Chubb and Baker Mayfield for a 23 first, predicting this to be a mid to late first. Curious what side is preferred based off the 21st market value. Yeah,
I'll take the first.
If somebody offered me that trade, I'd have a hard time not taking the first. But it would depend on if I'm very, very, very competitive. Like if I just finished as one of like the top 3 teams in the league, I may be tempted to not like accept that trade just because if Baker gets named the starter, Chubb's off to a good start, and a running back gets hurt, like there's a world where you can pull a 23 first for each of them.
Whoa, maybe.
I think if Baker's playing like a top 15 quarterback, which I think is entirely possible in that offense. Best weapons, best running back he's ever had. No offense, Nick Chubb, but Christian McCaffrey's got you beat. DJ Moore is better than any wide receiver that he has played with, and I will stand on that hill. He didn't get the best years of Odell Beckham Jr.
Right,
I don't think anybody's really, questioning that. Like I think it's just the best collection of talent that he's had, and in an offense that could let him like really play the way he likes to play.
Yeah.
I could see a world where it wouldn't make sense, but if somebody offered me that trade this very moment and I had both of those guys, I'm probably taking the first.
I agree with you that situationally dependent here. You might want to do the players, but that's only like if Chubb is my RB1 right now and I can't afford, if I'm in like a potentially like wins position for the season, why I would need to pass and keep a running back. But I just am not that high on Baker. So Chubb is the real player in the game, in the trade here, and Baker's fine. But even if he does well on the Panthers, dude, I don't know how much longevity he has there in a dynasty league.
That's fair.
I'd want the first. That's just me.
Makes sense. Awesome. All right, that is a good intro to the podcast. Kyle, what's your first topic for this evening?
Okay, I like this one because it's a great opportunity for us both to embarrass ourselves. Let me know too if my audio sounds weird when I turn away like that. I'm trying to figure it out still here in the new situation. Anyway,
you're good. It's a little echoey. It's gonna be a little echoey until you get some more stuff in there.
Yeah, I need to get some sound dampening foam and get some stuff on the walls.
I also just kind of want that for my room, partially just for aesthetic, if we're being honest here.
All right, I sent you the link. Can we both share screens on this?
I have no idea.
If not, we can make this work. We're gonna figure it out. I need you to go that link there.
I saw the link was typing, but I don't think it's actually sent yet. There it is.
I am terrible at geography. Terrible.
Okay.
So Jake and I are going to side by side do a United States drag and drop name to state quiz. And the way that this one works is
let me see if we can both share. So let me share my screen here.
You can actually both be incorrect, so that's good. I don't know. It'll probably do it in a different order for the two of us, which is fine. But it'll give you a final percentage of who's got what.
Can you share your screen too, or does it kick me off?
Share screen.
It's the thing we're trying for the first time live, everybody. Yeah, it kicks one of us off.
Okay, it kicks one of us off. So I'll let you have yours up. Go ahead and share. and I will just do mine, and we can report as we go. But
Here, actually click on yours and click stop screen. Actually, yeah. So go back to the StreamYard tab. Shout out StreamYard, who supports our podcast by giving us a platform to stream on.
And stop screen. There we go. Okay.
There we go. And then
All right.
Wait,
so all you have to
hold
do
on,
is hit
hold
play
on.
quiz.
try and add yours one more time.
Share
I want to see if I can do this. It gave me an option to add to stream there. I want to see if I can. No, it just picks one or the other. Okay. That's fine.
We're going to do this together. I'm
All
terrible at geography. Really, really fucking bad. Jake, I don't know how you are, but I have a feeling this is a great opportunity for us both to embarrass ourselves.
I feel like
I'm
gonna
better
do,
at West Coast than East Coast. That's for sure.
I feel like I'm going to do shockingly solid here.
All right, so we're going to hit play quiz, and it's going to give us 10 minutes, basically, to go through this, and we can kind of talk through as we go.
All right.
I hit my timer.
All right, let's go.
Wait a minute.
You just have to name the states.
This is... Hold on a second. Oh, that's dumb. No, you're just... No, okay. This is messing up. Give me a second. Let me find the right one. Why is it doing the interstate one? It was a drag and drop for me. I checked it before we... I'm sorry. Okay.
Geography, United States.
I'm going to find it. Give me a second.
Well, everybody, we've remembered that we could do this on the podcast now. So if you could just go ahead and check the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And Jake, you can answer Boyd's question while I'm figuring this out.
Let's see. What are you guys sipping on? He missed the intro. I am drinking Maplewood Brewing's Fizzle Drizzle, which is a pink lemonade sour. And Kyle is drinking Two Towns Cider, which is a Pacific pineapple cider. It's amazing. One of the best ciders that I've ever had. I had one when I was out visiting Kyle, and it was delicious.
Okay. I got it. I'm sending you the new link.
All right.
Boom. Bada bing. Got it.
Bada boom, bada bang. Where's the fucking gabagool?
All right. I got Oklahoma right, Wisconsin right, Kansas.
All right. Now I got to share my screen again. All right.
South Carolina. Doing good so far. I'm killing it.
Oh, I missed West Virginia. I fucked that one up. That one's going to hurt. I should have gotten that
Shit.
one.
Okay.
Minnesota, Maryland. Is that this one?
I'm killing the game right now, but it's mostly West Coast. That's what's saving me right now.
Oh, I suck. I'm so bad at the Midwest, which makes no sense.
That's hilarious. I love that you're bad
Bro. Oh, I'm getting heated right
at that.
now.
No, I got one on the West Coast wrong. I'm not used to fucking those up.
Damn. How I don't... Fucking A.
Oh shit, you fucking made me laugh too hard and I clicked the wrong one. I'm blaming
South
it on you.
Dakota, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Nevada.
No, I clicked on the wrong one.
Delaware? Oh, really fucked that one up. Connecticut. That's New York. Fuck me, man.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm so bad on the East Coast.
Is that... Where the fuck is Idaho?
I thought you were gonna say Iowa, and I was gonna be like, "You're embarrassing, dude." I think we have the same number wrong.
No,
so far. I'm not
that
gonna
was
lie.
just stupid. Oh my god, I'm mad now. That was just a stupid not paying attention.
Dude.
I also
Fucking same.
I knew the right state for one, but I still clicked the wrong one because I just like my brain wasn't fucking putting two and two together. New Hampshire's that one. I got 41 out of 50.
I'm almost there.
And it should have been higher. So one, I think
I'm such an idiot. I just misclicked.
I legitimately got 3 of those wrong. The other ones were just bad clicks, being stupid and trying to go too quick for no reason. The 10-minute timer, and I still tried to rush it. This is what happens when I play a fucking...
No fucking way.
What'd you get, 40?
41.
Ah.
Oh, I hate it.
Which states did you miss?
Dude, I'll show you my screen. So you can look at Jake's now. Jake got Oregon, Wyoming, Missouri, Arkansas, Alabama, North Carolina, West Virginia, Delaware, and Connecticut wrong. You're pretty good on the East Coast. That's definitely way better than me.
Bro, I was so confident when I clicked Connecticut. I was like, my brain was like, oh, that's right next to New York. And I just clicked this one instead of clicking, like, I clicked Massachusetts instead of Connecticut. Oregon was just a dumb, I tried to go too fast and just like flicked over, clicked Washington. Wyoming was a legit miss, had no idea. Alabama, I clicked on Georgia on accident. Arkansas, I thought was where Kansas was for a second. Missouri was a misclick. Yeah, that was tough.
I put the link in the comments for Uncle Kyle and Boyd if you want to do this with us and see.
Uncle Kyle, you have a distinct advantage here in being a truck driver. I just would like to point that out.
Will you stop sharing yours really quick?
Yes. There you go.
Right.
And then there's yours.
Okay, sweet. This is what I got. All East Coast.
All East Coast.
The Central States ones, I just fucked up. I was just laughing or misclicked or whatever, so I'm going to use that as an excuse because I'm
getting South Dakota wrong is tough.
I clicked Nebraska, I think, on accident. But anyway, the East Coast I'm just fucking terrible at. Really fucking bad.
I want to see here. Virginia, North Carolina. You got Mass wrong? You got Rhode Island wrong? It's the smallest state.
I don't know anything about the East Coast. I've never been. I've technically been there, I guess, but not really.
Wow. Well, everybody, Kyle shared the link in the chat. I'm going to share it on the screen here as well. If you want to try this out, see if you can beat us. You probably fucking can, because we're apparently just a bunch of dingbats over here. But it's cool.
Bats.
It happens to the best of us.
That being said, average score is only 69% on this quiz, and you and I both got 82.
We are apparently smarter than the average American who finds that quiz on the internet. Oh, man. Awesome. Well, that was a fun way to start the podcast off, Kyle. Was that the one that you were hyping up before the show?
Yeah, I thought it might be good. It's hard to talk about and make it good for people that aren't watching on YouTube, so sorry for those that are listening back to this. It's kind of hard to play that one along, but you can look at the link and do it yourself and see how you did compared to us.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to hop right into my topic, which is a little bit, maybe uses your brain more, maybe a little bit less than Kyle's topic did, depending on who you are as a person. But, Kyle, I want to know 3 things that you thought would make your life easier and it didn't. And I also want to know 3 things that you didn't think would make your life easier, but it did.
Ooh, fuck, that's tough.
I will start with one of each for mine. So one thing that I didn't think would make my life easier, but it definitely did, was learning how to cook. And I'm not talking cook simple things. I'm talking about learn what goes together well in a dish, because nothing is more satisfying than making a meal for 8 people and every single one of the people loves it. And all that you had to think of to do that was what flavors go well together. Just little things like that. It makes hosting so much easier. If you know what people don't like, if somebody tells you, I don't like vinegary tastes in my food, okay, cool. I know how to hide that if I have to use vinegar in the recipe. Little things like that. I think it makes your life easier if you know how to cook. Plus, you don't end up spending a shitload of money on food all the time. Something that I thought would make my life easier but just made my life harder is having your own workout equipment at home. It's a great thing to have because you can just work out whenever you want, and that is a little bit easier. I don't have to go to the gym, but you're also super limited on the workouts that you can do, and you have to have the space for it in your house. In Illinois right now, it's 95 degrees outside every single day. I cannot work out in my garage if I wanted to. I would die. It's just way too hot in there. And so I can't put that in my garage, which means the workout stuff has to be in this room, which means this room has less space to do what I want in it. It just makes things as a whole a little bit more complicated.
This is really tough.
Right?
Really tough. Because I'm trying to think of some things that I've purchased recently or anything that I might have bought that I thought might Oh, okay. I've got a good one. Throwback to some other. This is one thing that I thought would make my life easier, and it actually was way harder than it needed to be. So I travel a little bit for work, and I was trying to figure out how do I still hang out and game with the boys and do whatever I need to do. So I had the genius of idea of building an STP, HTPC. There we go, words. To travel with. And so I built a pretty small form factor PC that still had some pretty good power to it that I could take around with me and haul around, and then I could just hook it up to like a TV in a hotel or whatever, for example, and I could play off of there. First of all, don't ever do that. Don't play on TVs as your monitor. It doesn't work very well. The response time, is terrible. But anyway, spent a bunch of money on it. Dang you. Uncle Kyle got 47 out of 50. I'm not surprised. I'm terrible at geography, self-admittedly.
We're going to do this one episode now with the countries, and things are going to get weird.
Oh, it'd be so bad. Really, really bad for me. For sure.
Even just naming them all, I'd struggle.
Oh, yeah. 100%. It'd get really bad for me. Yeah. You probably don't want to see that. Anyway, built it. It was heavy, hard to lug around. I thought it would be lightweight. It wasn't. Graphics sucked pretty much everywhere. You couldn't find anything good to hook up to. Response times were terrible, blah, 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 blah. It was a terrible idea. So I ended up selling it and getting a laptop, which does make your life admittedly a lot easier than I thought. So I guess you could pair it off of those two and use that as one of them. Because for the longest time, I have bought kind of like shitty, cheap laptops. Mm-hmm. Not ever really feeling like I wanted something nicer or needed it. And I went with that, a nice laptop, and I have really appreciated having that thing. It's nice. Carly's probably watching Love Island on it right now because I have a VPN on it and she can watch it as if she's in the UK.
Nice.
That's my first one for each, I think.
Awesome. Another one for me, so something I thought would make my life easier, but it ended up making it harder. I have two, and I'm trying to think of which one I want to do first. I'm going to go with a house. I thought buying a house would make my life easier just because I would have my own space. I don't have to worry about like if I mess something up, like I can just be the one to fix it, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, buying a house is expensive. You still end up paying people to do a lot of the shit that you can't do.
DIY isn't so DIY sometimes. Yeah. Or your version of DIY is just really fucking bad.
Yeah. So buying a house I thought would make my life easier. I won't say that it made my life harder, but it definitely didn't make my life any easier. And then something that I thought would make my life, like I got it thinking it wouldn't make my life that much easier, but it really does help. Food scale. I bought it just because I was like, I need to just track what I'm eating. But realistically, when it comes to like recipes, a lot of recipes call for like specific amounts. And while you can like put what you think is a specific amount, it's nice to like look at a bag of flour and it tells you how many grams of flour are in a cup. So then you know you're getting like precise measurements of everything if you're trying to like bake or cook or anything like that. But also like when we were out there and y'all bought that meat from Costco and then it was like 1.5 pounds lighter than it was supposed to be, like you can find that out if you have a food scale and maybe potentially get some of your money back.
Yeah. To make a long story short on that one, Carly got into like a fucking Facebook fight with some boomers because she asked in a Costco group like if anybody else had experienced the issue where you buy 5 pounds of beef or whatever and you actually only get 3.5. I can't remember what the exact was.
I think it was like
pounds and we got like 6.5 or something.
I think it was 6 and 4.5 or something.
Whatever it was, doesn't matter. We were about a pound and a half short by our scale, and so Carly just posted and was like, has anybody else had this problem? And these fucking old people were coming at her and they were like, your fucking scale's wrong, you're an idiot. And
bro,
she's
but
like,
then I've seen like 3 different posts of the exact same problem.
Yeah, it's not just her. Other people have had the problem. There were some people coming to her defense too in the chat. So it was just a little weird. But anyway, long story short, we bought beef at Costco and got shorted.
Yeah, but yeah, a food scale made my life. I don't know if easier is necessarily the right term, but better.
Yeah. And I was gonna actually say exactly what Uncle Kyle just said in the chat. It's what I was thinking, which is TSA pre-check. And I would say this in conjunction with the things that I had in the last episode or 2 episodes ago when I was talking about things that are good for flying and traveling. So I guess you could loop that all into like, you know, a credit card with good benefits too. Like all of those things are kind of one and the same for me. Like those are things that I never really thought were going to be that beneficial to me. And now I use them constantly on a regular basis. Like credit card points, credit card benefits, TSA pre-check, airport lounges, all those things are kind of the same to me. Where like I was like, whoever needs those? Pish posh, you rich folk, why you have these things? And then I got them, and I'm like, my God, I'll never go back. So I get it.
One thing for me that I just lost it. Damn it. Bueller. Shit. It's embarrassing. How did I lose
I got
it?
another one.
Okay.
A wireless printer. And this is the old man in me. So we use it all the time now. And it's funny because some people will post on like Twitter and shit, like younger people, and they're like, who the fuck has a printer at their house? You know, and I get it. I get it. But now we have a wireless. We've had a wireless one for a while, but we got one of the Eco Tank ones or whatever that you just refill the ink, like with like actual liquid ink and not the canisters or whatever, which I can recommend, by the way. It's been really nice. But I never had a wireless one before this. It was always like cheapos at Walmart. We'd get them for $40 and they'd come with the ink, and then you'd fucking trash them when you ran out of ink. I don't know, whatever. They're garbage. But I always had to plug it in. And now we were doing some Amazon returns today on some things that we didn't need from the move, and just literally just like sitting on my couch, like return label, print, and it prints to 3 rooms away. And I just walk down there later when it's convenient and I go pick it up, and it did make my life easier. There's another one.
One thing that I thought would make my life easier, but made my life just infinitely more annoyed, is a Ring doorbell when you live on a busy street and every single car that drives down your street sets off your fucking Ring doorbell on your phone or on your Echo.
Yeah.
And for me, it not only picks up my street, we have our house, a street that goes across, and then another main street. It picks up every car that goes down that main street as well.
Oh, no.
So it's basically just constantly going off. So even if I wanted to have the sound on my phone, I physically cannot because it will constantly just go off.
I had the same problem at my old house because we had a flagpole right in front, like mounted to my physical house. Mm-hmm. And so the Ring doorbell would catch the flag every time it flapped. Yep. And so I'd get a notification literally every 30 seconds on a windy day. That was terrible. We reinstalled our Ring doorbell here, and it's actually fantastic because I had to do one of the angle mounts because my doorbell is on the side from my door. And it goes to like a small little like area in front of my door that's not like accessible to the street, or at least immediately. So it's way better now. Like nice. I only get legitimate notifications now.
Perfect.
I actually did find out though that it was set up still for like a front door view, so I wasn't getting any notifications, and I finally went in and figured it out and changed it.
Nice.
Here's one that I thought would make life easier and it makes it harder. Group chats. Yes. Group chat apps. Because
GroupMe, Slack.
Yes. I think I have 10.
Teams.
I don't think that's an exaggeration.
Yeah, I'm probably.
And everybody, and I still think in theory it does make your life easier. But the problem is nobody can fucking agree on one of them. And so like in school, I have some people that use GroupMe, and then in another place I have Slack, and then I have Signal, and then I have Facebook Messenger or Teams or whatever the fuck, and it is
or Snapchat or just text messages. Like,
I hate it.
Yeah.
Text chains, by the way, are the worst. Or text group chats are the worst.
Sometimes especially they can be the most fun though.
iPhone Android mix, nightmare.
I agree with that, but if you get like a good group chat, I'm in a couple good group chats that are just like text threads. Those are pretty solid.
I can't remember. I had somebody was in a group chat with me on a text thread, and they had an Android phone, and every time they'd like your message, you know, like you like on an iPhone, it'll just throw a thumbs up. This person, every time they did it, it would send a text that said so and so liked your message instead, because it was fucking like didn't communicate, and that drove me nuts. I don't know why. I hated it.
That's tough.
Hated it.
Oh man. All right. My last one, something that I didn't necessarily think would make my life easier, but it did. It's not even something that I bought, but somebody gifted me an Apple Watch. And I thought, and when I first got it, I still to this day, like I have 2 of them now. So if anybody wants to buy one, let me know. Because I got gifted one and I got gifted another one through work. So I still like take it off because I don't like the feeling of like using my keyboard and having it on just like the pressure on my wrist. But like having an Apple Watch really does, like, if you're driving, it can give you directions, and you based on the buzzes.
For that, though. The buzz at least knows me, like,
that.
lets me know something's coming up. I don't ever like look for the direction, but I like the buzz.
But yeah, so I'll just be like driving, have my phone off to the side because I don't have like a mount in my car or anything, so my phone just sits in the cup holder. So it's like it's the buzz is left, and then 6 straight buzzes is right, or maybe I have that flipped. I'm blanking now, but if you do that, like, you never have to look at your GPS. You just know, like, which way to go and which way to turn. You get your text messages there, tracks your exercise. Like, you can get a lot of your apps. So you can find your phone. If you're somebody like me who just sets your phone down and like forgets where you set it all the time, you can just like ping your phone so it makes noise, and it still works even if your phone is dead, which is cool. So an Apple Watch is my last one.
My last one, and Jake was actually here for the start of this, so this will be a good one. I was very easily and thoroughly convinced that smart outlets or smart switches was a good idea. And I won't totally say that they're like useless or like not helpful, but I don't think we're going to use them very much. I think they actually make your life a little bit more complicated, because what we found out is the smart switch, like in our bedroom, if you try to fuck with the dimmer, like on the app to like dim your light, it'll start making the fan really loud. Like, it fucks with the motor, because... And part of the problem, too, is for ours is, like, the power source for the fan and the light is the same.
Gotcha.
It's ran off the same wire. And so if you draw down power for the light, it draws down power for the fan. So if you have a high-speed fan, or you're trying to run a fan at high speed, but it's losing power because your light is dimmed, it's like... and fucking struggling like a motherfucker, and it's actually really fucking loud. It's awful. And then in the living room, we have a similar, but, like, not quite as bad problem.
Does it do the same thing if you just turn the light off?
I think so, because so if you like dim it down and then turn the light off, it still has a reduced power draw to it, I think, if I remember right.
But so like, if you had the light on,
you have to turn the dimmer all the way up and then shut the light off, and then it'll be fine. It's quirky. That's my point. Is I thought it was going to be easy, and it's not. It's annoying. We're figuring it out, and we're making it work, but it is kind of fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. So we're getting there.
That was fun when I was sitting in Kyle's house, and he was messing with the dimmer, and then like it was making this weird humming, clicking noise. Yeah. Kyle was getting very upset.
Yeah. I hate ticking like noises in the background. Jake knows this now if he didn't before. My fan in this room ticks a little bit, and I got to figure it out after the podcast. But there is something just fucking brutally annoying to me about a consistent like ticky sound like that doesn't go away. Like,
yeah.
It drives me nuts. I can't stand it. And that's kind of what the fan is. And the one in the bedroom was actually particularly bad, because we like usually run a fan at night, and we put the dimmer down and shut the light off or whatever, and the fan was up, and it was just fucking... Carly like pokes her head out, and she's like, is it going to be like that all fucking night? And I was like, God, I hope not. And I ended up having to play around with it to get it figured out. But I think for an outlet, it'd be better than for a light switch.
Yeah.
Like a smart outlet, like, hey, turn on the coffee pot.
Well,
or whatever.
I think it'd be good for a light if that light wasn't also the fan.
Yeah, if it's like purely on off,
yeah,
or dim, sure. But if it's connected to a fan, don't do it. That's my recommendation.
Like, I would love to just be able to lay in bed and just like open my phone and turn off my light.
Yeah, and I can technically do that because I have an Alexa in my bathroom, so I can say like, hey, Alexa, turn off my bedroom light, and it will.
Makes sense.
But it also turns off the fan, and I don't want that. So
understandable.
Goods and bads, but definitely I thought it would make life easier, and it didn't really.
Awesome.
I think that's my last one. Jake, rate your beer, please.
You wouldn't like it. It's a good sour. I didn't really get a lot of the pink lemonade flavor that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.3 because I would still definitely drink it again. But it's like, I'm not going to... If somebody has one, I'll drink it. I'm not going to go out of my way to get it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I really like pineapple, so for me, this one is a 7-8. It's pretty dang good. The problem is like if you don't like ciders, you're not gonna like it. So
yeah, it's still got like the apple cidery taste, but then you get pineapple with it, which I really enjoyed.
Which is weird to me because sometimes I feel like I get it as like a pre-taste, and then sometimes I get it as an aftertaste. It like switches. I don't know. It's kind of fucking weird, but I do really like it.
It was good. Like I said, I would buy a case of that, and I would drink that one anytime.
I don't know that I'd buy a case, but if I was like
a
out
4-pack.
on like a summer day, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's like, I mean, with craft beer, it's hard to find unless you're like one of the big craft breweries, it's hard to find like a case. But
they are good though.
Next up for me is Razzleberry Pie by Wild Barrel Brewing Company. It is another imperial sour, and it is I think it's just like a raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, and vanilla flavored sour.
Okay, my next beer is New Glory Craft Brewing Gummy Worms, and they describe it as a chewy pale ale. I don't know what that means, and it's makes me a little nervous. But it's from Sacramento, so kind of in the local area for me. So we'll give it a shot. Check it out.
Mine's got a nice color to it right off the bat. I'm gonna give that as an instant plus.
This looks like it's almost clear in the can.
I know, it's gonna be like an IPA, but what's chewy? That's the part that throws me off.
Well, the weird thing is it's like it's a pale ale, but it's not an IPA. So I'm hoping it's not quite as hoppy as like a normal IPA.
Here we go. I found it on Untapped. Let's get a description.
I don't know if I want you to cheat for me.
It's
Seems like it's
aggressively
gonna be pretty good,
dry
though.
hop. Yeah, so it's just like it's like a hopped ale. So it's like an IPA with like sweeter, like a sweeter IPA.
Yeah. Carly wants to try it. It might be a little warm now.
It's where the Brewmate 16 ounce comes in handy. No free shout outs.
Oh, speak of the devil. Actually, this is going to roll right into my next topic. You ready for this?
Yes.
Jake, talk to me about your Prime Day purchases. Things that you saw on Prime Day, deals on Prime Day, anything that you were getting for Prime Day, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is still going through midnight tonight, I believe.
Yep.
And I think it's Central Time is what it's based off of.
I believe so.
I could be wrong. Either way, if you didn't know, it's Prime Day yesterday today.
If you're watching live, it's actually not. I think it's West Coast time, because Prime Day ends in 5 hours and 21 minutes.
Okay.
So it's like 6 something for you. Yeah, it's your time.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because I'm pretty sure their headquarters is in Seattle. Don't quote me on that. But when it comes to Prime Day orders, here's all that I bought so far, and I'm gonna do another lap through to make sure, see if there's anything that I missed. I'm buying a little putting green.
Of course you are.
It's a good deal. A pair of sunglasses, so that's cool. I bought. This wasn't necessarily a Prime Day sale, but I bought it on Prime Day, so I'm gonna count it. These pads for these headphones. These are the Bayer Dynamic DT990 Pros. A phenomenal headset if you have the technology to run it properly, which I do. But these ear pads give out after a while. I've had these for about 2 years, and they're finally starting to I can feel them on my ear after I wear them all day. So I'm buying new pads for that. I bought a pan organizer, so like a pan rack. So something that you can slide in a drawer or cabinet and stack your pans easier. Just helps keep the pans off of each other. We bought wine stoppers, some shorts, just bought a pair of shoes. I bought some silicone nonstick baking mats. So instead of always having to use parchment paper or tinfoil or anything like that, you get one of those. I bought an Amazon Echo Show, which was a
you did get an Echo Show.
I bought that pre-Prime Day, but it's the same price on Prime Day. It was it was like an early Prime Day sale. We bought some dog collars, dog treats, dog toys. I bought an electric razor. As anybody watching the podcast now can tell, I have to shave, but I don't feel like shaving. I haven't gotten it yet. It'll be here tomorrow.
I thought you were still saying your pre-Prime Day sales. Okay.
No,
Which one did you get?
It's the Braun electric razor for men.
Which series?
Series 5.
Okay. I have the Series 7. I love it.
Perfect.
I have been using it for 3-4 years. Years at least now. And you replace the head on it every 18 months, and it's only $30 to replace the head, which some people might think is expensive. I don't know. Jesus Christ, that beer's full. Anyway, I hated getting, because I was always using the Gillette Fusion or whatever the fuck those things are called. I'd use those, and I'd just get the pack that has the handle and 2 blades. And then every time that I'd run out of those 2 blades, I'd go get the same thing again, the starter kit, because it was cheaper than buying blades. I got sick of that shit, and finally I got a cheapo electric razor, and it was terrible. Terrible. I hated it.
I had like a $20 one in my cart, and then I saw this one on a Prime Day sale for like half
Yeah.
off, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this one.
Yeah. Anyway, I really like the Braun, and do you have the self-cleaning one that you like set in the thing and it cleans itself?
Yep.
Love it. Yeah. You actually, what I had you run out to the car and get while you were here was the
cleaner
for it.
Yeah. Other things that I saw that I have thought about. There's some good TV deals if you're not like looking for a top of the line TV.
Yeah.
There's a few, like there's a Hisense, which I believe is a 50-inch, but it's a QLED 50-inch for $339. Like that's a really good price for it.
Yeah, I saw a couple of decent deals like that for sure.
One thing that I saw that I was joking with Jess, I was gonna buy and send to you guys, was Brewmate has their thin can coolers right now for 25% off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna buy one and send it to Kyle's house so that when I come visit, I have my own and I don't have to steal Carly's.
Yeah, I actually brought it up for you like originally because you were talking about Brewmate, and that's like I was transitioning that way. I think I just missed the mark on my transition, but Brewmate has a wholesale on basically all of their koozies right now, but they don't have their coolers on sale. Sorry.
R.I.P. I'm still so tempted to spend $400 on a cooler for a cooler that I'm going to use.
Somebody in the chat talk Jake out of this.
4 to 5 times a year. Uncle Kyle
said, "Oh, there we go, nice, jinx." Anyway, Uncle Kyle got the wireless charger for $12 and a Ring Spotlight cam for $165. You'll have to let me know what you think about the Ring Spotlight cam because it might have been last Prime Day or 2 Prime Days ago. I got the Blink cameras from Amazon. And I found out that because the wireless ones are pulling basically high def images constantly, that it was tearing through my data allowance on my home network, which is only like 150 gigs or something like that, which usually like nobody would notice that you'd ever get close to that. Most people don't get that close to their data limit, and it tore my shit apart. Like I was getting data alerts constantly. Don't you dare. Is she talking about sending us a koozie?
I think she's trying to talk me out of spending $400 on a cooler.
Oh yeah, don't do that. That's terrible. 900 gigabytes. I wonder if you have to pay extra for that, Uncle Kyle. He gets 900.
I think you just had a shitty old internet provider.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is on my new internet provider. Honestly, I'd have to look. But I never hit it. That's my point. It's like most people don't even care. But those cameras were fucking tearing my data apart.
Let's see. If you're in the market for a DNA test, the ancestry tests are all half off right now.
I sent my dad one of those. Well, Carly and I did for a Christmas gift like 4 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Carly can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but it's something like that. And he refuses to do it. I don't need to get into like the drama behind my dad's decision making, but he won't fucking take the test. So we told him to send it back. We'll use it, but he hasn't done that either.
I'll just go over there and pick it up. I'll do it for myself. I know what my heritage is like pretty precisely, but
I just don't know his side, which is what I want to know.
Yeah. Let's see. I think there were some other like fairly good deals. Like there's this GE ice maker that's like $150 off.
We almost got one of those, but we're thinking about having we have a fridge ice maker, so it's unnecessary for us.
But I know you were joking, maybe serious about having one in because you're putting an island in.
Half joking, half serious. We'd rather have like a built-in wine fridge than an ice maker, or at least I would.
Yeah, the wine/beer fridge, great choice. I'll send you a link to 50 of them and I'll just send you 50 of the same link for mine because it's
Uncle
great.
Kyle said he's getting that 900 from MediaCom, which actually really surprises me.
That's about right. I think we were at a pretty high threshold with MediaCom when we had
I can neither confirm nor deny that I've worked there in the past, and I know that their shit can be very pricey. So I'm kind of surprised they're giving a 900 allowance unless you're paying extra. I don't know.
There's some pretty good deals on oral care items. So like there's a lot of electric toothbrushes.
That being said, if you want the Philips Sonicare toothbrushes, which Carly and I have and love, do not buy them on Prime Day. Wait until Black Friday or around Christmas time, because right now they're on sale for like $50. And last Christmas we bought some for some family members for like $30-$40 a pop.
Sheesh.
So you can get them way cheaper on Black Friday. So just wait. And Costco usually has really good deals on those for those that have membership.
Some pots and pans are like Tefal. Their equipment's on sale right now, which is a pretty good deal. If you want anything Amazon related, like Ring, like Echo, any of that Amazon stuff, it's all on sale right now. Those are all
they
really
do that
good
every
deals.
Friday. Yeah, you can like your Amazon products. This is a good time if you want to upgrade Amazon devices. It's a great time to do it. Like if you have the old Echo Dots that you like, the new ones are better. I can promise you that. If you have like the OG, like first edition Echo Dot, fucking get the new ones because they have way better speakers and they're more user friendly. So
yeah, we were cleaning our house earlier today, and we were using the Echo Show that we bought as like a speaker, and we could hear it throughout pretty much the entire house. It was solid.
The newer versions of the Amazon devices have way better speakers. The Ring doorbells have gotten better. Things like that. You can definitely upgrade on a Prime Day.
Celsius energy drinks are like $15 for a 12-pack if you like them.
Take note of that, Carly, if you want them.
Buy them on there. They're pretty solid. A lot of dog stuff too. So like dog beds. Like we bought, we're going to end up getting a dog bed tonight. We bought like treats, leashes, collars, stuff like that. Stuff we're mostly just going to give to the rescue. That's on there. I'm trying to think. That's most of what I've seen that's been like stands out as really good deals. Some like air purifiers and stuff too.
This is a good one. If you're looking for home improvement stuff, generally speaking, I would say, and I tried to, I can't remember where I tried to like push this out on, maybe Twitter or something one time. But if you get Moen, it's either Moen or Kohler. Fuck, I can't remember what we had at our last house. One of them, they do lifetime warranty. Lifetime. So if you, and like people are like, oh, faucets are fucking expensive. Yeah, you're going to pay on Prime Day instead of like $400 for one, like $180 for like a nice kitchen faucet.
I think I saw that deal. I don't see it here now.
All of their shit's on sale. If you look at it and it's got a lifetime warranty, that's no shit lifetime warranty. And they're not supposed to be transferable, so you can kind of pretend sometimes that you're the original owner, which is what I did at my last house, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I literally hit up the company and I was like, hey, the hose line that ran up for like the pull down faucet in my sink had a tiny leak near the base of it. And so I literally hit them up. I'm like, hey, there's a tiny leak here. And they're like, okay, sweet. And they sent me a whole kit to replace it myself for free. So if you don't want to get cheap fixtures for your house or something like that, or you're looking for upgrades, now's a really good time to do it. That also reminds me that I should probably look at sinks.
I'm looking right now at the Kohler.
I should have bought my
I like your guys' sink. You don't need a new sink.
I kind of do too. I've come around. I didn't like it at first. It's a ceramic sink for anybody that cares. And I didn't really like it because we've been really set on getting a large single bay stainless steel sink,
which I do still love. I do still love that look and the functionality of just having one big sink.
And we do too. And so we've thought about it. But anyway, I'm coming around to it. I don't know if Carly is or not. We'll see. So that's another good one. Anyway, but for me, what have I bought on Amazon Prime Day?
Nothing.
Goose egg. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. But you just reminded me, and I wanted to look it up, and so I did. But I too am having a blowout in my headphone cup, and these are the Quiet Comfort 35 or whatever the fuck it is from Bose. And I love these headphones. I will 100% replace cups before I ever buy new headphones. I fucking love these things. And I looked it up, and they are on Prime Day sale. Not from Bose, so I don't know. But either way,
I don't care about. Bro, the replacement pads for these were $5. Even if I have to buy 2 pairs a year, it's still cheaper than buying them from the company. Sorry, Bear Dynamic. You're not getting like $39.99 plus shipping for new ear cuffs.
I feel that. I don't know. There's
Delta
something about
Delta faucet products are on sale right now for you.
I think that might be what I had was Delta. Either way, I think Delta, Kohler, and Moen are all on sale. Generally have really, really, really good warranties. So
Hunter ceiling fans, which I'm pretty sure what you bought.
I just looked. It's not. That's not what we bought. We thought about it, and we ended up getting home design series.
Oh yeah, I remember
shit
that.
like that. But
now's a great time to buy a massage gun if you want one, Kyle.
I saw that. I've
talked
seen
all that
sales.
shit about mine, saying it's so dumb, and then you used it, and you're like, oh, I get it.
I get that people would want it. I do, but I don't know that I do or need. So more power to you.
Blue Yeti microphones are on sale for any of you wannabe podcasters who want a okay mic. You should get the Samson G Track Pro. No free shout-outs. Samson, where's the check?
We do like our mics.
Moen is on sale as well. So
yeah, I was looking at I think we ordered so we found out, by the way, in our spare bathroom, the shower pressure fucking balling in the master bathroom or primary bathroom, whatever's the cute PC version of that now, is not.
That could just be shower head though.
And I think it is, which is why Prime Day sale, Carly ordered a new shower head. So I say I've ordered nothing, but really technically I have, like shared finances. But Carly's ordered quite a few things, and a lot of it was stuff that we ordered right when we were moving here, but it was way cheaper on Prime Day deals, so we're just going to return the
what
same
you previously
things.
bought.
Yeah.
A car refrigerator?
That sounds
So
dumb.
it sounds like it's just a battery powered cooler, which is actually pretty cool, and it's only $300.
Sounds kind of dumb.
Well, imagine having to pay for ice. Couldn't be me if I have a battery powered cooler,
You and your fucking coolers right now is hilarious.
bro. It's a product of playing softball games and being around coolers constantly, and it just being summer, and I just want cold drinks in my body all the time. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. In terms of sale, there's the Brewmate. Let me buy another one of those while my wife can't yell at me. This one pissed me off. The Stream Deck that Elgato makes is in the picture for the Corsair Elgato peripheral deals for Prime Day, but it is not actually part of Prime Day. Like, it is not on sale for Prime Day, which upsets me so bad because I don't need one, but I definitely want one.
I just realized that the replaceable ear cups for this are a lightning deal right now.
Sounds like you have to buy them right
So
away.
I will be purchasing them.
But yeah, now's a great time to get some of those basic upgrades that you were looking at, or even just a lot of the things, like a lot of fitness supplements are on sale right now. So if it's a brand that you already use and you can get it for cheaper, or like energy drinks, if you're like me and you drink energy drinks every day instead of coffee, even though I'm trying to get back into coffee more because it's cheaper. And that's literally the exclusive reason. That's, now's a great time to get a lot of those products, a lot of those daily products that you use frequently. Like, a lot of those are on sale. Bosch power and hand tools are on sale for up to 40% off.
Speaking of the devil, we need to talk about whether we're going to get those weed whackers from
I might be into it. I read some reviews. They seem to be pretty
I know they do look good.
pretty solid.
We have a friend that works for a tool company now, and he could potentially get us the hookup, and so we're trying to pursue an option to get some cheap weed whackers because we're fucking dads that are, I don't know, 35. Anyway, we've talked about this enough. We're going to drag into the end of this. So Jake, talk to me about, oh, by the way, I stared at surround sound systems for like 3 hours and went through them and decided that I just don't give a shit enough to do it because my sound bar's fine. But anyway,
I don't think you need one.
Jake, talk to me about your next topic.
So my next topic is actually tying into this perfectly, and it's, what are things that you wish were part of Prime Day that aren't? Like, what are things that, like, you wish would... Let me reclassify this question. What are things that you wish would be on sale more frequently, or things that you wish were cheaper so that you would purchase them? Surround sound, number one.
Okay, to make a long story short on that, the previous owner of my house had a speaker wire already ran from the living room TV to speakers in the corners of the living room, and so it'd be super convenient for me to just literally screw it in and wire the wire or connect the wires. So I've been thinking about it, but I just don't think I need it.
I think if you do it, you just deal with the extra labor involved of doing like a mounted in the ceiling speaker.
I don't know. What I'll probably do is just wait for some incredibly good deal on like a Black Friday and this year or next year or whenever the hell it happens, and then do it if I really want to pull the trigger. But for now, no.
So one thing for me, something that I wish went on sale more frequently but never seems to ever actually like go on a sale, is just like bedding. Like, why is a nice comforter $200? Like, I get it. I understand why, but it shouldn't be. I'm using this. I now have to get a new one because it's finally destroyed, because I've had it for like 10 years, but I've been using the same comforter for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we spent like $30 on it at Target. And like, yeah, sure, you can still find some of those cheaper ones, but like, it's getting harder and harder to find, like, to spend $20-$30 on a comforter now, you have to buy it off of Amazon without ever feeling it. And I'm very picky about the way the stuff that I use feels.
Gas. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Uncle Kyle. Gas.
Gas. Facts.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I am. That being said, Amazon has a really dope return policy.
They do.
Really good.
They are very flexible, but I'd rather not. I'm just like, I'd rather not have to deal with that. Like, I'd rather just buy, like, be able to feel it. I need to just go to the Amazon warehouse and just.
Why don't you figure out what you are kind of interested, go somewhere else, and then, try it out and then buy it on Amazon because it's probably cheaper.
Jess. I've actually decided that Jess has to replace my comforter because it's kind of her fault that it's messed up.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make her take me to Kohl's.
Go to Costco, dude. I'm not kidding.
I tried them. I didn't really.
If they don't have a comforter, so be it. But they sometimes do, and they're good deals. That being said, Costco sheets are actually legit. We're both really sad because we had a set of Costco sheets that got ruined in the move. They have some holes in them. Dude, we almost nothing got damaged in the move, which is just a freaking miracle. And almost nothing.
Except the sheets.
Holes in my sheets.
That's
stupid.
Tough. Nice.
Kyle said he has one that's microfiber wool, and it was like $40.
Wool I wouldn't like. I'm picky.
It's a picky guy.
I'm when it comes to a comforter, I'm weirdly picky.
Speaking about wool, if anybody in the chat or Jake, if you have had any experience with using wool balls in your dryer instead of fabric softener, let me know. We've had a lot of people recommending it. It's more environmentally friendly apparently, and we're gonna give it a shot. But we just need some honest opinions on whether it's a better or equivalent option.
Another thing that I wish went on a sale to the point it was affordable more frequently, weightlifting equipment.
Dude, weightlifting equipment's huge. That is a huge one. It is, and that's a product of COVID too. Because weightlifting equipment
it was still expensive before
affordable
COVID.
Though. And affordable to some, not to others, I guess. But if you wanted a home gym, it was possible. Now, not so much. It isn't insane. It's kind of like computer parts during COVID and during Bitcoin mining or crypto mining or whatever.
It's crazier that I don't even want to say computer parts because I think like computer parts do go on when they're in stock. They do go on sale frequently enough. Like
yeah, you can get great deals. I don't have a whole lot for this, to be honest. I feel like most things that I buy you can catch on sale. I don't shop very often.
I shop way too much, especially for my income level. Here's a 3 dimmer smart switch of the exact smart switches that you bought. A 3-pack of it on Amazon.
Don't do it.
What else? I'm trying to think.
If you feel like you need to, go ahead. But official recommendation is do not.
Golf clubs. Golf clubs should go on sale more. Carly asked if I know that I left. Carly, I figured that out when I went through airport security. I opened my backpack and I was like, damn, my water bottle's not here.
Also, I did tell him, so he did know.
He did. Kyle did text me when I was panicking about not making my flight.
It's true.
Bro,
the number of texts I got from Jake during, I could tell you were having flight anxiety.
Bro, I literally was like, I cried in the bathroom of the airport. I was like, I'm gonna fuck, or not the airport, the airplane. I was like, I'm gonna fuck, not really like, I wasn't like bawling, but like, I'm like staring at there. I'm like, my eyes are welling up because I was just so stressed of like, long story short, my topic is basically over. Kyle doesn't wish anything was ever more affordable. It's cool.
That's not true. I wish, but the problem is like I said, I don't really shop. So
yeah.
The things that I do shop for, I feel like I can get sales on.
That's fair.
But I'm with
Understandable.
You. Carly probably has better ones. Carly, chime in on the chat with things that you think should go on sale more often, please.
Yes. But basically, so I got to the airport, got through security in about 3 minutes. I was like, that was way too easy. Shout out SMF. Nice and swift with your security. Everything was. They opened another line for us and everything. They were
nice.
like, the 8 people in line's too much. Let's get 2 lines going.
You need to use a pre-check.
I am gonna get a credit card that has it as a perk shortly here. But so I got through way too easy, and then I get to my gate. I'm like an hour early, and then I'm like noticing we're getting closer and closer to flight time, and the plane's still not there. And I'm like, huh. And then it hits our like boarding time, and then the plane's still not there, and I'm like, fuck. I had a 30-minute layover, already like cutting it close, and then our first plane gets delayed. They finally show up. The plane gets there. Apparently, it was a safety issue. We boarded awfully quickly for it to be a safety issue. But long story short, first flight's delayed 40 minutes. I'm just not making my second flight. So like. The person behind me on the plane actually was also on my connection flight.
Yeah, I figured there'd be at least one.
There were 9 of us.
Yeah.
So we're like, he was talking to her, and then they were basically just like, we're gonna make the announcement of like, if you don't have a connection flight, sit down. So I basically, like, we stop. They turn off the seatbelt sign. I jump up, grab my carry-on out of the top. I get to the front of the plane. I piss some lady off in first class. Lady, if you're listening, fuck you. You were a bitch. She was like yelling at me. I'm like, do you have a connection flight? No, you're sitting in first class. You don't have a connection. Get out of here. She was just like, she's like talking to her friend loud enough that I can hear because I'm standing right next to her, and was just being an asshole for no reason. So I'm standing at the front of the plane. I sprint literally a quarter mile, carrying a suitcase and a backpack to get to my next flight. And I turned the corner. My heart fucking dropped, Kyle. I saw the sign and it said boarding closed or boarding has ended, whatever it said. And my heart just drops. And then the people working the desk were like, you made it. Come scan your ticket. And I was like, oh my God. But I don't think, if you recorded that, probably the fastest quarter mile of my life.
Dude, one of the worst ones for me is when you're sprinting through an airport like that. You get there and they're boarding late but never announced it like on the app or anything.
Yep.
So you sprint, you're like sweating and dying, and you get all the way across the other side of a fucking major airport, and they're like, okay, we're going to be boarding group number 1 in about 10 minutes. And you're like, fuck you.
Bro, I was on the plane and I was like, everybody in this plane thinks I have COVID because I'm like gasping for air. And as I'm breathing in, I'm like coughing because the air was so cold in the airport. Like, the airport was freezing. Phoenix, I get why you did it. It was 111 degrees when we landed. Yeah. But yeah, I was like huffing and puffing for air, and I'm like coughing when I take a deep breath. But we made it home. Flight landed early. Jess was not yet at the airport when I landed, so I actually still ended up having to wait in Chicago for Jess to get to the airport. But we made it home. We survived. The trip to Kyle's was successful.
It was great. It
was a great time.
We had a busy time, but a good time. Uncle Kyle, let me know more about this white vinegar. I think I've heard this tip before, that you can use vinegar instead of fabric softener, but a lot of people do swear by the wool balls. So we're going to give the wool balls a try because you don't have to keep repurchasing them. You just keep them in the fucking dryer all the time. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we're at an hour. That's another episode of Two Average Husbands. We're fucking killing it. Right on time. Good topic, Jake. Good beers. Jake, rate your last beer for me before we close this out.
This was an 8.3. This was fucking delicious.
Yeah.
This was so good. It reminds me of another, a company near us used to have a different, it was called Razzfruit. It was Penrose Brewing, and it was very similar flavor profile to this, and it was very, very good. It's not super sour. I think you may kind of like this one a little bit.
This one is, I swear, like a straight 5.0.
Like, that almost feels like it's there. Like,
kind of, because it's like a very, very, very basic IPA. Like, they tried to make it, I think, lighter than a little less hoppy than an IPA, but it's still an IPA in my book.
Would you say it's comparable to the 805 that we had?
I think 805 is a little lighter than this. This one's a little more hoppy than that. I think 805 actually does a pretty good job of reducing like that IPA taste. And I can taste IPA on the pod and actually give it an official rating because I don't think I've done that. But
I've got some IPAs. You want to make next week an IPA week?
I'd have to see what I have in the fridge. I'll let you know. I don't love IPAs. I think they all kind of taste similar. If they give them a good flavor profile, they can be a little better. But for the most part, the hops overwhelm all the flavor. Anyway, that's it. There's your ratings. There's your beers. There's your topics. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Two Average Husbands. Jake's had us on the ticker the whole episode. Thankfully, that's there now. That's kind of cool. So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @2AVGHusbands. And then you can follow us on Facebook, spelled out Two Average Husbands. You can see us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Got them all this time. Or basically anywhere else that you get your podcasts. If you're not watching on YouTube, you should be. And if you are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the like button and the notification or whatever they have there. Give us some additional subscribers. We still have that standing offer that I think when we get to 100 subscribers, if I remember right, we're going to give away one of the free Two Average Husbands t-shirts. Eventually, we're going to get some more professional products done that you can buy, whether it be hats or t-shirts or probably just t-shirts to start with. We'll figure it out as we go. Other than that, I think that's all I have. You can follow me personally at Kyle Anderson or Jake at Perry_FF_FF. I almost tripled the F. Anyway, Jake, close us out.
Kyle covered pretty much everything like he has been in these recent episodes. Thank anybody who did tune in. As always, if you have any drink recommendations, let us know. If you have any topics you'd like to see us discuss, shoot us a message on one of the many social media platforms. Shoot us a DM on Twitter, Facebook, if you're a Facebook friend with us. Send it to the Facebook page. Whatever you want to see, we're here to provide content for the people. Thank you all for tuning in, and as always, make sure you tell somebody that you love them.
Peace.